You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts J-Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. This is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topic time. J-Hope.
It's your boy, Coach Locke.
I am Spike Lou.
Man, I'm just boy Animal Brown, man.
FSP Takeover, man, in Atlanta. What's up, fellas?
What's
good,
good,
man?
man?
What's good?
Yeah.
See y'all boys.
Yeah,
Most
episode
definitely.
275, Coach Locke, predicting the 2019 NBA Draft Lottery.
Let's do it.
What we doing, Locke?
We doing it FSP style.
As always.
For sure.
That's right.
Let's kick it off, man. Best week, what you got, Lou?
Best of the week. Kawhi Leonard celebration with the goggles. Did somebody had that? Somebody had that already?
Absolutely not. You alone on that.
Yeah, that was my
You by
best of the
yourself.
week. I loved it. I love to see Kawhi being a weirdo and not being a weirdo at the same time. It's only
Definitely
Kawhi
a weirdo.
can. Best of the week.
Like, what you got?
Man, I got DeJounte Murray bought his younger brother a brand new purple loaded Challenger because he graduated from high school and made the honor roll. You had this?
Knowing I was going with the Challenger move, yeah, absolutely. DeJounte Murray, that was a good look.
Yeah, man.
Good look behind his little brother. His little brother making good grades. He you know what I'm saying? He took care of him for that. That
Yeah,
was dope.
Yeah.
We need to see more people celebrating those kind of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
Absolutely.
My best of the week is basketball. It's over. I don't really want to talk about it. Steph Curry's done. I'm sad about it, but yeah, we're excited about the draft for sure.
He had a nice run.
He had a good run. Average
Yeah, yeah.
30.
Yeah, he missed the shot, though.
He averaged 30.
He
Here we
missed it
go.
when it made it.
But he
when it
averaged
counted
30.
him.
The run
You
is
know how
over.
hard it is, average 30?
The run is over, though.
What
It's
run?
over.
He-
What
the
run?
dynasty.
The 5 straight finals.
The dynasty over.
The,
Yeah,
the
he
June,
won't- yeah,
man.
so
you know
it's
what?
over.
Bob Myers is going to pull out his pocket. Oh,
This is
Bob
true.
Myers ain't
I don't
pulling
see
nothing out
it,
his
though.
pocket.
We'll see.
Which goes to my worst of the week.
yeah, let's go to worst week.
Joe Lacob, majority owner,
Okay.
from the Beyonce incident to the losing streak to close out the building,
Mm.
to the backlash from the fans from going to Oakland and San Francisco,
Mm.
and losing KD and Clay. That's a rough week right there.
Yeah,
It's a rough 2
It's
weeks.
a long week.
That's a
Yes.
tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, that's a lot. So,
It's really his fault, though, because he set it up saying that they were light years above the
that shit
NBA.
came crashing down
crashing
quickly.
down.
Yes.
It was all good just a week
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
Till Gail got in Beyonce space, it was over.
Yeah.
The queen
Behind
reigned
the-
supreme.
Yeah. for sure.
Man, my worst of the week, man. I can't go no other way but Clay and KD, man. Those are two
Mhm.
devastating injuries. You know, probably won't see neither one of them. Maybe Clay next year during the season. Maybe come back during the playoffs, right before the playoffs. But I don't see KD playing next year. So those are my worst of the week, seeing those boys go down like that.
Yeah, what about you?
For sure. 50 Cent almost getting scrapping with the fan.
Oh.
His outfit is my worst of the week.
Mm.
He had the long sleeve plaid shirt
That was
with
short.
short cargos with low cut Nikes or what I don't know what those were. Low cut black Air Force Ones, maybe.
Close.
Awful. That's what
Yeah,
they
it was
were.
a terrible outfit. He got way
Might
too
have
much
been
money to be
lugs.
dressing like that.
Most definitely.
Birdman
There might have been
looks.
some lugs.
That's
fit there
possible.
on
It could have been that.
Just
Lou,
to
you
be for
had
real.
some. Did you have lugs? Somebody had
Lou
lugs.
you had some.
Did you have a
I'm
Birdman
sorry,
lugs?
somebody had lugs.
It wasn't Birdman lugs.
Okay.
Let's
It was just.
to keep
it was
it-
just the drop
to be
top lugs.
transparent. Like they made some lugs that looked like Tim's. And
I remember
a
those.
lot of people had those. Don't try to
Sure.
put that on me. You had them and couldn't get them. You couldn't even find a pair.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This
This is before you could reserve sneakers. You had to go get them. You couldn't
Drop
find
top
them.
lugs.
Yeah, it was
Drop top
Jesus.
lugs. You remember that?
Yeah.
My worst of the week are the Toronto fans.
Ah,
Mama Curry told her to, you know,
I saw that.
shut up, Sonya. Fuck you, Sonya. I was like, come
The
on.
Canadians
dog.
did 'em like
Yeah,
that?
dog.
Yeah.
Easy worst.
I
of the
blame
week for
Drake.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh,
I
here we
blame
go.
Drake
I,
for that.
I feel you get a way
Yeah,
to
I
get
blame
something on
Drake for
him.
that.
I figured
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Stay classy, Toronto.
Yeah, stay classy.
Please
Toronto,
do.
for sure.
Now make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and last but not least, the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of the past episodes of FSP. All you have to do is just search Full Sport Press Podcast. While you're doing that, make sure you check out the OndeckTV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lou. Y'all see him here. And don't forget
Hey.
about our boy producer,
He looked up.
M Extra on the boys every Wednesday. This week's episode was the best hip hop club anthems episode. Did y'all check it out? Or did you check it out?
Yeah,
You
no,
know they
for sure.
checked
They
it
did. Yeah,
out.
for sure.
Yeah.
I checked it out, man.
What we missed?
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Yo,
man.
yeah,
We on
yeah,
something.
you know,
Yeah.
sure.
Nah, some, you know, it's
Just-
Yo Gotti intro.
Meek Mill.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Meek
Yo
Mill.
Gotti intro.
Two intros. We
Mill.
missed them.
Your dreams and nightmares most definitely
Yeah.
missed
Yo
that.
Gotti
missed that.
intros.
Yo, got the intro might be regional though. Is
No,
that it?
that's-
Oh, it ain't?
no, I'm telling you.
They
Listen,
banging that in
this is
Seattle?
what I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you, listen.
Now we had a homeboy when we first moved down here. He was from Missouri,
He hadn't
Mhm.
heard.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
And he used to argue us down that only people from Tennessee like that intro.
See,
That's a lie.
Now,
He
I'm
used to
telling
argue
you,
us down.
listen,
that's a lie.
friends from New York was like, yo,
The Yo
like,
Gotti
the
intro.
Yo Gotti intro
Yeah.
still goes.
can you
up in the
imagine
club.
walking in a New York club and they playing the Yo Gotti intro? That'll fuck me up. I think I was in
Yeah.
the Twilight Zone.
That's
Nah,
crazy.
listen, but still a huge record to this day.
For sure.
Deuce
Break
F.
them off
Palooza
something
talk
Master
about
P is what we missed though.
So what?
Break them off something Master P.
Put some
We
respect on
definitely
P
missed
name.
That was
sure.
huge.
Yeah,
That was
we
huge.
did. That was all the time.
Yeah, I give you that.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
For sure.
Yeah.
Fresh for Dummies with me and my dog Animal Brown,
Hey.
self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. You catch our latest issue. Issue number 47 is up right now, directly for the culture. Follow the show IG page at Fresh for Dummies, where your kicks. Cop responsibly.
Now you can read up on your favorite FSP co-hosts, purchase your FSP merchandise, or catch up on past episodes from the other shows on the network, and much, much more by searching realvillemedia.com. Just www.reelville media.com. And make sure you tell a friend to support the real. What is it?
We got a spelling bee
OMG.
champ in the
Oh,
Yeah,
house.
nah,
OMG,
for sure.
man.
Hey,
See,
that was
I
clean. You
got
spelled the
flawless
shit out of
there.
that.
Champ. That was
Flawless.
ESPN worthy right
Yeah,
there.
for sure. In case you missed it, fellas, Swin Cash is now in the senior front office position with the New Orleans Pelicans. Huge deal. Did you guys hear about this?
Mhm.
I saw that
did
come
see
across the ticker. I thought she was coaching.
Nah. Front office
Like,
position.
damn.
Her and David Griffin worked together at Turner. So she
Mm.
got a front head office position. Huge deal.
Yeah,
Like to see that for sure.
yeah, man.
It ain't what you know, it's who you know.
It's
Ah, that's exactly what that
always.
was.
It's
For sure.
always that.
For sure. Round of applause for the women, my bad. Tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. More importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend who know who Swim Cash is.
For sure.
Facts.
WNBA superstar. The
Absolutely.
Revolution will be podcast. Before we get started the first half, we have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient, and it's
Uh-oh.
Aldon Smith.
Mm.
His third DUI
Ah, man.
in
Come
the
on.
last
Aldon.
4 years.
Put
Why
the
you
drink-
still driving?
Put the drink
Why
down,
you still
man.
driving?
the
Nah, why you
keys
still
down.
driving?
Put the
If you gonna
keys
drink,
down.
just go and do your thing. But why you driving?
Uber, bro.
Dude.
Clearly, he has a problem though, so he needs to put the drink down. Because
Dude,
that's
he's-
not just.
That's
You
that's
know,
harder
it's
to do
personal.
than putting the keys down, though.
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
This
You
is
know what I'm
true.
saying?
But still,
That man
Yeah.
lost his whole career and still
Tough.
getting
All off DUIs.
That's crazy.
All of DUIs. He has a
Long neck. Huh?
domestic violence. He was a beast, though. 33 and a
He
half
was,
sacks in
man.
2
year and a
years.
half.
So
Yeah, yeah.
definitely a beast.
I miss him in San
Oh,
Francisco.
dude, I was just...
See,
Y'all
Y'all,
need
y'all
him.
fans
You know what I'm
though. Was
saying?
y'all
Boy.
taking back? Like, if
Was
they
I
said-
surprised?
If they
Minus
was
the
like,
domestic.
if they was like, he going to jail, we'll let him out on Sundays to play for the 49ers. What y'all taking?
Nah,
Y'all
because
wouldn't.
any given week he might get a
No,
DUI.
no, it ain't got nothing to do with
No,
you.
it
though.
does. Because
Look,
he gonna get him back.
all you worried about is like, will he come play on Sundays?
He might not make it because Saturday night he might get a
We
DUI.
got Bosa now, though. Y'all ain't really. Y'all don't need Aldon Smith
Now, we
like
still
that.
need Aldon. That's how
Yeah.
good he was.
He was
dog.
cold.
He was
He's a
cold.
beast.
He's a
No, for sure.
beast.
Yeah.
For sure. You guys ready to get started the first half?
Let's
Let's
go.
do it.
Do
Let's
it.
do it.
The first half is underway.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J Ho.
It's your man, Coach Locke.
I am Spike Lou.
Animal Brown in the building.
Lock, where can they find you at on social media, my
Man,
brother?
Nothing has changed, man. Lock_the_great. That's THA on Instagram and Twitter. You can holler at me on Twitter, but the Instagram is what? Locked up.
For sure. They won't let you out.
It's too many. And I lost count at the first
You
underscore.
underscore.
Like I was gone.
Yeah.
I am
That's-
Spike Lou on
my
Instagram
bad.
and Twitter. Go ahead.
That was really my fault because
Yeah,
I told him that.
Cut the underscores out.
Yeah.
Oh, you told him to put
Nah, I
it in.
told him to put them in
Oh,
there.
you
Yeah.
was the
He-
ghostwriter.
yeah,
But he had hella
Oh.
time to.
Man,
You
get
know,
over
it
with,
ain't
man.
like it's a one
Hey.
thing. Yeah, you can do
That's
that.
rough.
Underscores,
Animal
man.
underscore
There you
Brown.
go.
We in here.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Lou, where you at?
I am Spike Lou. Instagrams and the tweeters.
For sure.
Tweet
I'm-
streets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
JIHOV. Instagram.
Mm.
For sure.
Still
Holler
locked.
me on Twitter.
Okay,
Still
because
locked up on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Is your page private?
no, for what?
It's not.
I don't
But
care.
Don't
You
nobody
get-
have private
you-
pages.
I
No,
don't
no.
know.
You get
Why?
a-
Why
you know
are
what?
y'all pages?
Because
This
I
is-
don't want them random, not real accounts.
I don't care.
You can just block
Hey.
them, though.
Yeah, I ain't got time to go
Take
do
2
all
seconds. Young block. Beep, beep,
that.
beep,
I'm
beep.
sure it's cool.
Your shit open
I'm
too?
good.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do y'all know they have a site that'll show you how effective your page is with marketing and all that shit?
sure.
Yeah. Okay, I just did that to mine.
For real.
Mm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Trying to get the blue check or something?
Yeah, you're trying to get verified in these streets, man.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Trying to get verified in these streets, man.
Let's kick the first half off, man, with the 2019 NBA Finals update. If you wrote a script and pitched it to Hollywood, you get laughed out of the room. The Toronto Raptors are the NBA champions for the first time in franchise history. What's your take on this, guys?
Injuries have a lot to do with that. And I understand injuries are part of the game. So I don't, I'm not taking nothing away from Toronto. They still had to win the games, but the injuries had a play in this.
Injuries had a big play in this. I agree with that.
So, but congratulations to Toronto, man. They had some people step up that I didn't think would. Siakam, Van Vliet, they both increased their points per game from the regular season to the playoffs. So, hats off to Toronto, man.
Shout out to the Toronto Drakes, finishing it in 6. Shout out to the 6. It was an entertaining finals, though, real talk.
It was, though, for sure.
Quiet as kept,
Yeah.
even with the injuries and the kind of the weird stuff.
Yeah.
It was still an entertaining finals. I thought it was interesting, though, that nobody really talks about Golden State record. They went 5 years in a row. They were 3-2, and they had a super team the entire time.
Not the entire time. That's not true.
That's not
The first time was
the first time.
That was a
Not the
super
first
team.
two teams. Bro,
Draymond and Clay and Steph was a
that's
super
not,
team.
That's not super team.
Yeah.
They all got drafted there.
No,
We was
that was
calling-
why it was a big deal when Kevin Durant won.
Thank
because
you.
It was,
No, they were just
Because it was
good.
the rich getting richer.
No, they were
Nah,
just
man.
good.
well,
That team was drafted
nah.
there.
Bro, that was a super team.
that goes to my point. I feel like with all of that, they had everybody, Clay, they've been basking in the riches 4 or 5 years. So now you can't be like, oh, we feel sorry for them because they got hurt, though. Toronto still had to go out there and win those games.
And they got lucky, too, on a lot of the series in the past where they ran against people that were injured.
They were injured, and they ran against LeBron when his squad was hurt. So I feel like Toronto really, they brought it to the door. I feel like Kawhi Leonard, though he don't show a lot of emotion, he heard all of the shit that was being talked about and around him when he missed that season with the Spurs, and I think he really took it amongst himself to make sure they won this. And that was the biggest takeaway for me.
Was it okay? So let's do this. Is it an asterisk by this championship?
No, absolutely not. It's part of winning a championship is having the fruition to make sure that your body's in shape, your team is in tape at the end.
Okay.
So like I can't help it if your guys got hurt. That ain't my fault.
You don't think 5 straight finals, the actual win just got knocked out of them, and it was inevitable for an injury or 3 to happen?
No, because
Yeah, they lucky streak. Just they ran out of luck.
Ran out of luck.
Honestly,
yeah, because it takes luck to win a championship.
Yeah.
So like
Toronto got it.
At
That
the-
shot he hit against Philly.
exactly
So,
as luck.
Yeah.
even with the Bulls, when Jordan wasn't there that year, they went to the conference finals. So like they were tired as well, but they still made it far.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be able to put fatigue in there.
I think,
Nice
man,
try
I
of it, man. Yeah, nice
I
try.
don't know, man.
You're trying to save your boys.
Yeah, nice try.
Nah, I just think that Steph averaging 30 throughout the series is people aren't paying any attention to that. That's a lot of points to average, considering the fact that you can run a box and one because nobody else on the team can actually create for themselves. Not one person on that offense besides Steph Curry, when Clay's out, when KD's out, Boogie is a shell of himself, can actually create a shot for themselves.
Let me ask you this
Talk to me.
real basketball question.
Okay.
Steph is top what?
3.
In
The league
as far as
currently?
what?
Yeah, players in the league.
That's respectable.
How many other top 10 players in the league can you run a boxing one? Would he
At
be
the
the
point guard
only one?
position, he's the only person who
The
can
only
do it
person you can run a boxing
because
one. Why?
he's the only point guard in this situation. Because in turn, if it's LeBron,
Can I run a boxing one on D. Lillard?
yeah. What are you talking?
If
You
he's
don't
by,
have
if
to.
he's by himself,
I just-
yeah.
No, you don't have to because he's
Well, I know
not
because McCollum's
effective.
gonna be there,
No,
but
he's
I'm
not
saying-
effective.
I feel like there were other superstars or point guards that would have been able to manipulate that situation better than Steph did.
I don't think
Steph was struggling with that boxing
it's
one. That was a little too physical for him. It looked like he couldn't fit the part that we want him to fit.
But the reason it is because the way he's been used to playing, the way that team is built, once those other people he's used to playing with go out, it allows you to boxing one. Like that was the smartest thing Nurse did.
Yeah.
When those boys got hurt, he went to a boxing one and it basically took them out of the game. So
Because
the way he's used to playing, yeah, it's going to be effective against him.
How sick is DeMar DeRozan?
should he ask for a ring is the question.
No, he should.
No. He should
He
understand.
can't
They're
take
He should
giving
understand.
rings to the people that got traded half at the middle part of the season.
That
But
wasn't him, though.
they were there halfway
for
through the
sure.
season. He wasn't
Yeah.
there at all this year. He can't get a ring.
And then plus, they got more. They made other moves. It wasn't just that they got
Yeah.
Kawhi. They got Marc Gasol. That's an upgrade from Valanciunas. Danny Green is an upgrade from whoever the hell was there before him in that position.
Siakam got better.
He got
Yeah.
better. You know what I'm
Siakam
saying?
got better, yeah.
LeBron is out the way. So there's a
Yeah.
couple of
That's the
factors.
big-
That's the
thing.
biggest thing.
That's
LeBron
true.
James not being in the
Yeah.
East.
We got to put some more respect on Kawhi though, because you got to think before this year started, you would have argued maybe 4 or 5 players you could just place on any team and make them contenders. And we thought LeBron was one, and they didn't even make the playoffs. So you put Kawhi on this team, next thing you know it, they hoisting the trophy up.
LeBron missed 18 games.
That's not. I mean, it's an 82 game season.
No, he
though,
missed
bro.
18 games,
But
but they were a 4 seed
Yeah,
though.
see,
Kawhi
if
had
he
low
doesn't get hurt,
management
he
all
makes it.
season, though.
Low management.
But they had a better team than the Lakers, too. So.
This is the thing
Yeah,
about
Kawhi
Kawhi.
missed a
Man.
lot of games. This year.
He can't create a shot past his first dribble. So he takes 2 dribbles.
Who?
Kawhi Leonard.
He don't have to.
He don't. He's the only superstar I've ever seen that has 0 moves. He has a 2 dribble pull up, 1 dribble pull up. That's
Duncan?
it. No, I'm talking about like, of course.
He has
I mean,
on the
moves.
wing.
He's on the block.
He's on the
Oh,
block.
okay,
You
on the
gotta
wing.
play
Alright.
where he's at.
That's true. It's limited, but
Very limited.
Greek
it's
freak the same
effective.
way though.
It's effective though.
But he's way more. But this is the thing. He get into the paint though.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he got one
Kawhi's-
move.
Nah, he has more than one. He has more moves than Kawhi Leonard.
I don't know. The defense that they played on him kind of shut down that one move that he had, and it was ugly out there for the Greek freak. What I'm
They
saying
packed
with
it. He just
Kawhi,
can't shoot though.
Kawhi wasn't even that aggressive last night, but everything that he did, I feel like fit into what I guess it go to Nick Nurse being such a good coach. But
Mhm.
I don't think that Kawhi forces it like other superstars would, so
Okay.
it don't look like he got the rest of the moves that you're talking about with a James Harden or a Steph or whatever it may be. But I think he can get in this bag and get there. He got 2 Finals MVPs.
No counter moves, just one move. He's going
Yeah.
south all
He
the
don't
time.
need to. Just, the counter move is strength.
What I did here
Throw
though
you up off me.
about your boy,
Mhm.
which I didn't know it till I heard it and it made sense. He's 0 for 8 in go ahead shots in the final 20 seconds of playoff games.
Damn, Steph.
I would never think that with him. That was shocking to hear.
I saw my boy listen.
Boy
He
look
saw
funny
Clay
in the
go
light.
out. He saw Clay go out and he said, "You know what? This is it, man. It's my time." He slammed the ball down. He checked
Twice.
out. He checked out in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
It was over with.
Is there
We got 3
anybody
championships, so we
that
good.
thinks-
Oh my God!
But
we
this is the
got
thing.
that
Is anybody that
championship.
thinks if they would have won game 6, that they still would have had a chance to win game 7?
Not
Not without Clay.
Nah,
Okay.
not without
no.
Clay and
They
KD.
put
Ain't
it
no
on.
I
way in
think
the
they
world.
had a chance to win the whole thing, minus
Nah.
that. Because Siakam, Van Vliet, Serge all scored 20 points a game. That was the best game as a collective for the Raptors.
So you think with Clay
At home,
getting
they were
hurt,
gonna do even better.
you think with Clay getting hurt, that the Warriors still would have won game 7?
Dude, Kyle Lowry had 21 points in the first half.
But the Warriors wouldn't have scored as many points. So
Yeah.
that Kyle Lowry and Siakam, they
Because
would
Klay
have had to score 20.
Klay Thompson kept it close.
And
Like,
none of those
he couldn't
guys had
miss.
played in the game
Klay
7.
Thompson was Superman, and they was still
Sure.
down.
Yeah,
there.
he-
He was out there.
Man, that was rough to watch.
So keeping it with the same game, Kevin Durant, same team. Of course, we know he had his injury. Coming back in game 5 from that calf injury to try to help his team keep the finals going. He started the game off on fire, had 11 points, basically wasn't missing. And then he went down with the injury, grabbing the right Achilles, which turned out he ruptured that Achilles. Now he'll be out 8 to 12 months. With this injury, how will it affect his free agency?
I don't think it will. I think people still gonna throw the bag at him.
Ah, man. Achilles injuries, man, are one of those things that it's really tough to bounce back from, considering the fact that, I mean, not to say that I'm a world-class athlete, but I tore my
You're not.
Achilles. I'm not,
He
but
said
I
he
am
not.
slick.
I am
Slick.
slick.
I am slick, though. It's really tough to bounce back. We haven't seen anybody completely bounce back.
never
from
happened.
this. It's never
Nah.
happened. Lou. So, yeah,
Mm.
you go all the way to Chauncey Billups, Rudy Gay, Wes Matthews,
Dominique Wilkins,
Dominique, yeah.
Brandon Jennings. Like, they were a shell of themselves. So, I think KD will turn himself into prime Dirk. He's going to be
Man, you got him extra washed
No, for
real
sure.
quick.
I'm telling
Prime
you.
Dirk,
Prime
Prime Dirk,
Dirk.
that
Oh,
won a
okay.
chip, won a
Prime
chip.
Dirk.
Yeah.
Right.
The one that
Prime
won a
Dirk.
chip.
Yeah, he's going to
Okay.
That's
25
fair.
a game on the floor, though. It's all
Just not
on the floor.
explosive.
No explosion.
Is that
No.
still gonna get you a max contract though?
Yesterday.
Mm.
Tomorrow.
I ain't gonna lie. If I'm New York, I don't want that. I don't want Prime
Yeah.
Prime
Dirk.
Dirk won a
Because
championship.
I've been paying forwards that can't perform like they used to for years. if
Amari
I'm New York.
Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire, Larry Johnson, Kirk Thomas. Like, I've been doing this forever.
But all their games were predicated on athleticism. KD is just going to be a 6'11" shooter.
Yeah.
Well, one dribble, 2 dribbles, pull up over you. There's nothing you can do
I
because
can't
I'm
do that.
6'11".
If I'm New York, I can't do that. I can't grab somebody coming off of that injury trying to turn my whole franchise around. Like, I thought that I was getting the best player in the world. Now you're telling me that I'm getting
Dirk, who's the
Dirk?
top 5 player.
That's cool, but that
Yeah.
ain't cool for New York though.
KD was about to be top 5 like all
Yeah.
time. Like he was
Yeah,
on
like he was
another
gonna
way.
come to New
Yeah.
York and be the savior. So now you're telling me he gonna sit in the corner and be a Chris Bosh? Like, I don't know if I want
No, he's
that.
not going to sit in the corner. You still going to be
But
able to run the offense through him.
hypothetically speaking,
Yeah, okay.
like if they get KD, who else they getting? What, Kimba maybe?
Nah,
Something
nah.
like that.
Do you still want to
Kimba
team
saying.
up with a team that gets KD if you a
Yeah,
player?
I mean, it's gonna
that
take-
too.
he's not
Do I
gonna
want to
play
play
the
with
whole
that
year.
Dirk? Like,
Yeah.
do I want to play with him?
Yeah, they won a championship, bro.
Because, see, this is what happened is if you get KD, and you get another superstar, your team's probably still not going to be good because KD's not playing. So now you're going to be in position to get a top draft pick.
Okay.
So now you get KD back.
So now
you have that other superstar, and then you have a top draft pick. Yeah. So you basically just not worrying about this next year coming up. You're going to eat that year.
That's cool.
But the year after that, you're going to have the 2 superstars and a high draft pick.
Why wouldn't I just stay in Golden State?
If you KD,
yeah.
What do you get about 30?
He'll get 31 if he
opts in.
You opt in for 1 year. You just get better.
They supposedly got a good medical staff. They're going to take extra care because they're going to take extra care of you now because they supposedly fucked you and messed you up.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I just stay there?
And then you set out another year and you're a free agent again. Yeah. So you go through. I
don't got to go be cheerlead on the bench in New York for a year or watch
like
Kyrie.
You cared, like you know him.
Kyrie think the world fell out in Brooklyn. Like, I just stay in Golden State.
Yeah, but if you look at Dominique Wilkins, who I think was the most successful after an Achilles injury, he had 244 dunks the year before that. He bounced back the next year, had 40. So the explosion goes away, but you can definitely find a way to modify your game to still be super, super productive.
So let's talk a little baseball. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard that former Boston Red Sox and MLB champion was shot while in the DR and rushed to the hospital from bleeding from his liver and had portions of his intestines and gallbladder removed from that shot. Now, he had surgery and had to be flown. Actually, the Boston Red Sox flew him from the DR to Boston to have a second surgery after that. Now, they've charged 8 men and 1 woman as accomplices to the attempted murder, with 1 more suspect still on the run. Now, Rofi Cruz, the accused gunman who shot him, said that Ortiz was not the intended target. Have y'all actually seen the video with this shooting?
Yes.
That is crazy.
He's lucky to be alive.
Yes, because he just walks right up behind him and just pops him right from behind.
Point blank range, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't hit him in the head. I don't know what the purpose was.
Saying Poppy was out here wild.
I was going to say, did you hear the story? You heard what happened. That's why I said you heard what happened. Like, I heard what happened.
Really?
Yes. It was a hit.
Why would the shooter say something different?
Yeah, because they didn't want to go to jail. Yeah. They've been paid. Allegedly, they've been paid to hit him because of some stuff that he had going on in the DR with people that he wasn't supposed to be messing with.
But the DR wild right now. I would believe that if everybody else wasn't getting shot in the DR right now.
Nobody getting shot.
Nobody else is getting shot, but
they're not getting shot.
Motherfuckers getting shot in the DR right now.
People are dying.
People are dying.
Okay,
people are
dying. People are dead. What movie was that?
Wrong turn. People are dead.
But the rumor is that
he slept with a...
Yeah, slept with one of the local drug lords'
wife.
See, now y'all making shit up.
Nah, that is the rumor. He slept with a kingpin's wife, and he put a hit out on him for $8,000.
Yeah, $8,000. And he paid 2 cops to do it. 2 cops did it.
Jeez.
What is Big Poppy thinking, man? Chilling at a bar in DR.
That's his spot, though. He live over there.
If that's the case, then you should know better.
You deal with Pablo?
No.
Yes, I have.
I haven't.
Did you go to the resort?
Yeah.
Then you leave outside?
A little bit, not much.
It turned sugar to shit real
quick. No, it's slums.
So, like, he could have thought it would. Well, he from over there.
Yeah, he should know. That's what I'm saying.
He can be like from here to there, and you're like, oh, what happened?
Yeah, no.
So, in other words, when you go to DR, stay on the resort.
Yes,
basically.
please.
Oh,
stay
absolutely.
on the resort. You better have some fine representation around you.
Dude, the DR
make sure you make it back.
Like top 10 in the world as far as the most
violent
places. Stay the hell away from it.
Please do.
Absolutely, man. Moving on. Let's take it to the NFL. The 14th season of Hard Knocks was announced this past week. Now, there were 5 eligible teams to appear on the show, but the decision has been made. They are going with the Oakland Raiders. Did they make the right choice?
Hell yeah. I mean, it's the most interesting team on that list. I think it was the Giants, 49ers, Lions.
Skins.
Yeah, I know you make if you make the playoffs, you don't have to do it. Did y'all know?
Yep. In the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's cool.
Would you want your team on Hard Knocks?
John Gruden about them chicks, man. John Gruden is robbing the Raiders. Like, he's just bigging up his profile.
He from the DR.
He is, he's a scammer. John Gruden is a super scammer, dude.
That's
he robbing the Raiders. Like, he trying to build his profile big as he can get. He know he gonna have like 3, maybe 4 years on that $10 million a year deal. He gonna walk away with 30, and he trying to make his profile stay big for outside of this. Like, he gonna. I feel like he gonna put on a show. For Hard Knocks. Like, he gonna put on a full-fledged show.
Do that.
Just so you don't forget in that Monday Night Football gig, come back open in 4-5 years. Here we go. It'll all line up.
Y'all can act like this ain't must-see TV if y'all want to.
Oh, it's gonna be.
It is.
Antonio Brown, Incognito.
Yeah, they got Vontaze Burfict. Like Brown.
You know, AB, they hate each other.
Yes. I'm here for all of it.
And it's the last year that they'll be in Oakland, so they're moving to Las Vegas, and they should be dope.
I wouldn't want my team on there though.
I wouldn't either.
Nah,
I wouldn't want my
I'm
team.
glad.
Cowboys
was
was on it, and they were on
Y'all
they
was
were
on
on
it,
for
though.
nothing.
Y'all were the
we
first
finalists.
original team.
Yeah,
wasn't
they already started with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
no,
Jerry
sure.
Jones. You know Jerry Jones.
He trying to get a check.
He wanted
Yeah.
that.
What about
Tough.
if they bring back like Marshawn though? That would be dope to see. Too. He lit a blunt.
Yeah, that's
on-
already too many
yeah.
personalities
Yeah.
as it is.
That would have been
man.
too much. They would have went full love in hip hop NFL. Right
Yeah,
there.
it'd have been
With
shaking.
Marshawn
Yeah,
on
for
it.
sure.
I'm here for it though.
Yeah.
Before we get started with halftime, let's talk about some money. On Tuesday, Forbes released its annual list of the highest paid professional athletes in the world. Topping the list is the God, Lionel Messi, 127 million bucks in total earnings. Followed by Messi at number 2 is his storied rival, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 3 is Neymar, the God, as well. You guys watch soccer? Y'all don't watch soccer?
Not at
I
all.
do. I watch
Yeah,
it.
sure.
I go to a game though. I go to a
That's
game.
very unfortunate.
The hell?
Number 4 is Canelo Alvarez with a 94 million.
The
And
boxer?
yeah, for sure.
Jeez.
That was the shocker to me.
DAZN.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
They
big.
cut the
yeah,
check for sure.
And number 5 is Roger Federer. Any surprises on the list at all?
Canelo.
Canelo.
Tough.
Really? I mean,
Yeah, I didn't think that. I knew they cut the check, but I didn't think it would put him at 4.
Yeah, I didn't know he was drawing like a fights like that.
Dude, they paid him $94 million for 10 fights.
Okay.
200 total in fights. It's crazy.
The surprise is the endorsements. Like we know, like the salaries,
Mhm.
that's pretty much public. You know, when somebody sign a deal, blah blah blah
Mhm.
blah. But these endorsements are bananas, dog. Roger Federer get 86 million in endorsements.
Yeah.
That's
7 million salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
That don't even make sense, dude.
Yeah, he signed a big deal
It might be a
with
typo.
Uniqlo. He has a
Uniqlo ain't cutting the bag like that, though.
Yeah, the
Clearly
tennis,
they are.
the tennis
Yeah.
brand. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
believe
yeah,
that.
top
Yeah.
tennis brand.
Russell
That's
Wilson
true.
is the highest paid American athlete after he secured the bag with the Seahawks. He
Barely,
got-
though.
Yeah. But you, well,
I called
what he
Russell
got?
Wilson a
Like
long
89
time
and a
ago.
half.
That is your man.
Yeah.
That's your man.
That's a legend. But yeah,
I
you
called
did.
him a long time.
You
ago.
did, though.
A long time
Nah,
ago. And I
When he
would.
was at
Nah,
originally
listen,
at North
it's-
Carolina State.
it-
Nah,
I
it was
called him
Wisconsin. It was at Wisconsin. Come
North
on.
Carolina
good-
State. His
go-
last year in North Carolina State. I
Oh,
say that
man.
right when because they went to the Rose Bowl. But I don't think there's a better face for the highest paid athlete in America other than Russell Wilson. I think that's a good Steph Curry.
LeBron. Can't beat LeBron,
Can't
though.
go wrong with LeBron.
Tiger,
Yeah,
Natty
LeBron,
backstroke.
LeBron is
No, not
LeBron-
Tiger.
No, not Tiger.
No, not Tiger.
Not Tiger. I think LeBron is more. I don't know. He kind of he ain't what Russell Wilson is to everybody.
LeBron
Like,
right behind him, though.
He right behind him.
He only about 500,000 behind him. So it's close.
I can't think of the word right now. I'm sure that's why I'm looking for the word.
Serena is the only woman. on the
Polarizing.
list.
LeBron more polarizing than Russell Wilson is.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like the Russell Wilson is a better look or face right there.
Serena's the only woman on the list. He with 63. Well, she came in at number 63, 29.5 million.
She can buy the WNBA.
Yeah, no, for sure. Serena, man. Shout out to the ladies. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime, we are bringing back the FSP Sports Trivia. During this segment, we test the sports knowledge of our esteemed panel. These questions are all...
I ain't see that on my run.
Yeah, for sure. These questions are all NBA draft related. Are you
Oh, I
guys
got
ready?
Draft edition.
I got
Yeah,
that
sure.
in the bag.
All right, let's do it. Let's kick it off, man. Pistons star Chauncey Billups was drafted 3rd overall in the 1997 NBA draft. What team drafted Mr. Big Shot?
Man, Boston Celtics.
Coached by Rick Pitino.
Yep.
The answer is the Boston Celtics. Start him off easy, Q. You know what I'm
Layup,
saying?
man.
All right, let's do it. Number 2. Dirk Nowitzki, the first European-born player to ever win MVP, was drafted 9th overall in the 1998 draft. Which team drafted him?
The Hornets.
I want to say the Bucks.
Oh, no, the Bucks.
Nah, that's all we. Nah,
Ah!
you did. Nah, you did. Nah, yeah, for sure.
Because they back.
Chill.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Hornets.
All right. It was the Milwaukee Bucks. He was traded on.
Rogan, you double down on
Nah,
it.
he just
Big
traded.
tractor.
You trade on draft day.
Yeah,
the
they
track,
trade
for sure.
it, yeah.
Number 3. Which team drafted Steve Francis 2nd overall in the 1999 NBA draft and traded him to the Houston Rockets?
Let me close my laptop so y'all know I'm not cheating.
For sure.
I don't know this answer.
I don't.
Memphis Grizzlies.
I don't know. this
Vancouver
one.
Grizzlies.
If it was then, it was the
Well,
Vancouver.
excuse me, the Grizzlies.
It's true. The Vancouver Grizzlies, for sure.
Took credit for
He
that.
took-
He
cold,
took credit for
boy.
that. That's
It's
nasty.
nasty.
That's nasty.
Cold.
No, that's
It's
sick.
nasty.
No, for real. Number 4. The Clippers used their second pick choice, to whom in the 2001 NBA draft was then traded to the Bulls.
What year was this?
The 2001 NBA draft.
Elton Brand.
I was gonna say Elton Brand.
Yeah, because the first pick was the other sorry kid you
Like
like.
big boy.
Yeah, top big guy, Tyson Chandler, right?
No.
Olo
I mean,
Candy.
Eddie Curry.
Eddie Curry, yeah.
Elton Brand.
Final answers? No. It is Tyson Chandler.
Damn.
Tyson Chandler. That's what I should have said.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn,
You were
I've
there.
been 3
I'm still in the lead though. Let's get it.
No,
It's a tie. It's a tie for
Ah,
first.
okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right, number 5. Tracy McGrady was drafted 9th overall in the 1997 NBA draft by the Toronto Raptors. What center from Colgate University was drafted one spot ahead of him?
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. This is nasty.
Colgate. I don't know this
What-
one, man.
what year was
I'm
it?
stepping out.
It is the 1997 NBA draft.
Cole something.
Chill.
All right,
You
man.
dead.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
Mhm.
They don't know either.
I don't know.
I can see it. I remember it. It's an African guy, but I
Yeah,
can't
for
remember
sure.
his name.
His name is Donald Foyle.
Donald Foyle.
Yeah,
I knew
for
it was
sure.
African guy, number 31.
Number 6.
Damn, how many questions?
Damn.
you got?
It's 7.
Okay, all right.
It's giving
Shit.
people a chance.
Alex Trebek looking
Number
at
6. Which team drafted Scottie Pippen?
The Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah, Seattle.
Yeah. That
So
sounds.
everybody's gonna go with that. It is
Yeah.
the Seattle
Yep.
Supersonics. Lou's still in the league. And last but not
It's a tie.
least, Yao Ming from China was the first overall pick in the 2002 NBA draft. Who was taken second?
Ooh, that was a nasty.
year?
That was a nasty draft.
2002.
Mm-hmm.
Amari Stoudemire?
Mm-mm.
You could at least made them think that was right so somebody else could answer it.
Nah, I knew that one right.
Oh man.
Like you ain't answer one question, like you struggling.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
am. Hey.
Fight
Yeah.
02.
2002. Went second.
I'm out.
It is Jay Williams.
Mm.
Show.
I ain't know he went two.
He went
Yeah,
two.
he's
Damn.
I'm
one.
out about
Shout out
that
to
too.
Duke though.
Jay Williams, best
Yeah.
college player I ever seen.
Nah, it's my favorite Duke player. Second favorite, Quinn
Best
Cook.
college player I ever
First
seen.
player, Grant Hill. Put some respect on his name.
And that is another installment of FSP Sports Trivia. You guys ready to get started second half?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
The second half is underway.
Second half, the 2019 NBA Mock Draft Lottery Edition, FSP style. Before we get started, I am J Ho.
It's your man, Coach Lock.
I am Spike Lowe.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown.
With the NBA Finals over with, Steph Curry out of the running for Final MVP.
You sound so sad.
I'm sick about it.
Because he'll never
Not
get
even
one.
Because I
He'll
think
never,
it's
you're
over.
right. That's a good one. Like he'll never
He'll
get a
never get
finals
one
MVP.
now.
A whole nother show, but I think free agency is going to be kind to the Golden State Warriors.
Mm.
Ain't
Anyway,
nobody going there.
NBA fans can shift their focus to the NBA draft. Spoiler alert, Zion Williamson is going first.
Is he?
Possibly.
For sure.
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So beyond the top 4 or 5 picks, there's little consensus about the remainder of the first round. We're here to predict how the rest of the lottery will shake out on our annual NBA mock draft. Let's kick it off. The New Orleans Pelicans. Who's on the clock? Who wants to go first? You got to go.
We still going this?
Yeah, we literally have to.
Okay.
Okay,
all
for
I
right.
mean, of course, Zion, of course.
Mhm.
I mean, he's arguably one of the most exciting players we've seen in the last 15 years coming into the draft.
Yeah.
Team
Yeah.
LeBron. Yeah.
Yeah.
15.
LeBron.
That's
That's,
15.
yeah, 15.
Derrick Rose is exciting.
Stop, man.
He wasn't signed.
Stop.
Derrick Rose is exciting.
He was,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah, no,
like
he
this
was
kid.
dope.
You ain't
but,
seen.
yeah.
We haven't seen this
Not like this.
since
Yeah.
LeBron was playing on TV in high
Yeah.
school.
I'm just saying.
Is there any legitimate reason why a team would not take him number one?
It's 10,000 to 1 odds in Vegas. So
It's no reason not to take him.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
If
gotta
he
take
can
him.
develop a jump shot, the sky's the limit.
He
for
will.
sure.
If
You
the
could-
Lakers said we give you LeBron for this number 1 pick, would you
No.
not take
No.
it? Still
No.
ain't taking it.
No.
No.
Not this LeBron.
No.
Either way,
Because he didn't even take y'all to the
No.
he was injured.
Oh my
He
God.
missed.
If he would have got hurt, they would have made
they
it.
would have made the play.
Possibly.
They were a 4 seed.
They would have made it, man.
Possibly.
Is there any superstar that you would take for this number 1 pick?
Ooh.
That's a really good question.
They already got AD. That's the
Yeah,
closest
I know
one.
that's the closest
That's
one.
right.
Yeah.
They got him. Like
Right.
so, if Milwaukee calls you and you're like, you know what, we don't know if his Greek freak shit gonna work out. Stuff gonna work out.
Yeah, no, you good.
So we'll give you this number 1. Give us a number 1 pick. You can have Greek freak.
I'm
You
taking-
got 7 free agents anyway.
Nah.
I think I'm
Zion.
doing that.
I'm taking the
You doing
Greek freak.
it?
What?
I'm
You
taking
take
Greek
Greek
freak.
freak? I
Yes,
think
because
Greek, yeah.
we don't know
You really exactly
what he's going to do. We
Oh,
don't know. We
nah,
know
man.
what we've already seen what the
But
Greek
see,
freak can do.
Dude, he's a
Now
sack
that- I
full
guess-
of crystals away
so-
from being like.
But there are two aspects to it. From
Outta
a
here.
basketball standpoint, y'all are right. We don't
Yeah.
know. From a business standpoint, this giving me 3 more years for y'all to hope this Zion gonna be like
He more
he can come
marketable.
in tomorrow and average 18 and 70. Y'all can be like, well, next year, that's the year he gonna blow up. Then he can
Mhm.
average 20 and 12. You be like, okay, 1 more year and he gonna get there. So you buying yourself more time if you keep him.
Hot take. I don't think he's gonna be transcendent like LeBron James was.
I mean, come on, wait a minute now.
There's only one LeBron James.
Come on now.
I'm just saying.
Like LeBron James?
No, I'm just saying. I don't.
That's what they making it seem to be.
Exactly.
No, it's just the hype.
I've heard this.
That's the hype. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
So
that's
what
the
if
hype
he's-
they making it seem like he's going to be.
What if he's Blake Griffin?
That's a win.
You mad?
That's
at
a
that?
win.
Okay.
That's so
That's
cool.
a win.
I mean,
He's a
that's not
nine-time All-Star.
Put some respect on my Pistons.
Not that
20 and 10 this
that's,
year.
that's not the
20,
hype
10.
that they making him to be though.
Right. Okay. But
So, I don't
you'd be
think-
satisfied with that.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely.
Gotcha.
I don't think so.
You're not satisfied with Blake Griffin?
I think think he'll
Tripping.
be.
Minus the
20
injuries.
20
Yeah,
Yeah.
before the injuries, I'd be satisfied with that.
If I got 20 and 10 and Drew Holiday and I'm getting Kuzma, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Not getting coos. Let's move on to number 2, the Memphis Grizzlies. You got coaching.
The young fella Ja Morant from Murray State,
Yeah.
6'3" guard, 175 pounds.
Yeah.
With Mike Conley getting a little old and entering his final season of his contract, the Grizzlies could look to move him to get some money off the books. So they'll need a PG to replace him. He's shown that he can run a team. He'll be a good piece to pair up with Jonas Valanciunas and build around those two. So I'm going Ja right here.
It's a
too.
lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I
These
like
first
that.
3 are locks, but we'll play along. John Morant
I
going
like
to the
that.
Grizzlies for sure.
Yeah.
If you're John Moran, do you do the Eli Manning?
Nah.
Nah,
I ain't
he's
going
there.
he's from South Carolina. He don't care about
Yeah.
going to Memphis. He's right at home.
Shout out Memphis, man.
Why
Beale
not?
Street.
The thing about it,
It's too small a market. They might. I don't know if they moving. Like, nah, I don't
He'll
want
be
to play
fine.
in
yeah,
Memphis.
he'd be
He's
all right.
Russell Westbrook type athletic type of player. He's
You can put some
Very
asses in the
small.
seats.
Yeah,
And that's true.
marketable.
And they
They need
support.
him. They definitely need him. What they
Yeah.
gonna do with Conley?
they're gonna
Just
trade him.
trade for sure.
Probably go back to not go back, but he's from Indianapolis, so
Trade to Indiana.
trade to Indiana. Get
I'd
some
take him
younger
in Boston.
pieces. I bet you would.
I
for
definitely
sure.
take Mike Conley.
All right, let's get you some intrigue. The New York Knicks. Who you got?
Yeah, it's RJ Barrett for sure.
RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
go with him, bro.
RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
Just on potential. I remember at the beginning of the year, he was the slam dunk number 1.
He was. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it didn't turn out that way, but he was on the team with a lot of other high recruits. So you never really know in college, but yeah, RJ Barrett for sure.
He entered the
Mhm.
season as the number 1 overall pick. So playing with Zion, Cam Reddish, I think what his problem is, he doesn't know how to create his own shot as well. So he'll find a way to shoot. Kind of similar to like,
Find a way to
do
shoot
you
is
remember
nasty.
Katino Mobley would just shoot the ball? Ricky Davis, he's one of those type players. They'll shoot you
Can you
in
do
or
that?
out of a game.
Can you do that in New York?
You can do that wherever.
Well, I mean,
He'll have a green light in New York.
okay,
sure.
But
Yeah, that's what I'm
so
saying.
is he just from what I've seen from him, just based off this year? He don't look like he's the personality type for New York, though.
He's a
I know he
Canadian.
came out and said I want to play there, but
Yeah.
once they start piling on from him missing, going
He's
5
younger.
for 21,
Yeah.
And that's gonna happen.
yeah,
And you got to think about it. He reclassified to be in this class. So he was supposed to be a senior in high school this year going to college. So
How crazy would it be if the Knicks made a move to get AD and then RJ wound up playing with Zion?
Yeah.
Would you do that if you're the Pelicans? The Pelicans got options.
Yeah, they
I
got,
don't-
I'm not doing it, but
Yeah.
I
They didn't
mean,
look good together playing.
I was
with
gonna say
Duke.
that's a
I
good
wasn't
point.
impressed with Duke.
Yeah.
I don't want them in the NBA playing
That's a good
together.
point.
Nah, for sure. Let's move on to the 4th pick with the Los Angeles Lakers. Who you got?
I got them getting a 2 guard, going Jared Cullum, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
KCP, that's my boy, but he's trash. I met him in the mall one day. Nice guy though.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
But he's not the long term play for the Lakers at 4. We're not doing trades, right? We
No
just want-
trade. Straight
okay,
out.
No
Yeah, for
trade.
sure.
Yeah, I think they go with a 2-man. Even though he struggled in the Final Four, though. He was
Yeah.
bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I got DeAndre Hunter.
I got
going
DeAndre
right here.
Hunter, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think he's the best option, even if they try to choose him in a package for a trade. He's an elite scorer, man. High level player. Won a national championship this year, so I got DeAndre Hunter really helping out the Lakers.
I think he'll contribute. Well, he'll add to what LeBron brings to the table. Somebody, a young gun that we thought Wiggins would have been, and how Wiggins may have looked with LeBron when he came to Cleveland. I think that's what Hunter can do as far as coming out of Virginia.
I got him being Rudy Gay on the high end.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I see that.
That's good.
I got Darius Garland going right here.
Is that
No,
is that
I'm-
clutch affiliation or just
Yes.
off talent?
Both.
Mm.
Because he's like you said, he signed with Clutch. He's been working out with LeBron. The Lakers need a true point guard. Ball hasn't really panned out like they thought he would. He hadn't really shot the ball as well as they thought he would.
No, he hasn't.
And Darius is a point guard that can shoot the ball well enough to keep teams honest. Like you're not gonna sag off of him and just say
That's
let him
true.
shoot.
That's true.
And then
I
he
just
can
don't know.
create.
I mean, Lonzo on the block then.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm giving up ball right
Dude,
now.
Lonzo Ball is
He
really
good, man.
good.
Nah, he good.
Lonzo Ball
He is really good.
good.
I
He's
pray
good.
to God that
Just
the
can't
Bulls
shoot free
trade for
throws.
him, dog.
Yeah, he just can't shoot free
Yeah.
throws, but he's good.
Yeah, he is.
He's really good.
And I don't know if I'm ready. If I would want a Darius Garland playing this LeBron James, and it ain't got nothing to do with LeBron. I think Darius Garland can be a superstar, but I don't think he can be a next LeBron James.
He can be Kyrie though. I mean, in terms of superstar, star level.
Star level.
It's
and
possible.
I don't know his personality. He's on clutch, so I assume he's cool with
Yeah,
LeBron.
he's
so
a good
if he
kid.
cool
Really
with
good
playing
kid.
that back, Robin Broad and okay.
And
but
I think he is.
it may stunt his
and
growth.
He'll help LeBron a little more because he's a true point guard.
Yeah.
Like Kyrie is a scoring first point guard.
Yeah.
Darius Garland is a true point
point
guard
guard.
that can score if he needs to.
Yeah. So move on to the 5th pick with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Who you guys got going here?
I got DeAndre Hunter.
Hunter going here.
They need a small. Well, they need everything.
They need
everything.
Yeah.
But they need a small forward. When I was watching, first of all, y'all know I don't watch college, but I watch March Madness.
You do.
And I pay attention to the draft.
Okay.
So watching some videos, he got a similar size like OG. You know what I'm saying? He can guard multiple positions, and he will dunk on you.
Yeah.
So that's a good pick for Cleveland. They can tank again this year, but still have a couple of highlight reels.
Yeah.
Try to get somebody good next year.
Yeah.
I got Jared Culver.
Yeah, I got Culver going here, right?
Yeah, they need somebody to play off the ball because I had Culver too. That's his more natural position. His last year, Texas Tech, they tried to have him on the ball all the time, playing a point. So it didn't look as well. But his more natural position is playing off the ball, and he brings more shooting and scoring to the Cavs, which they need. Because the Cavs shot like 36% from the three as a team.
Terrible.
I mean, that's what their point guard is. Colin Sexton, who can't shoot. He can't shoot. Yeah, so
Did they hit with that pick?
no, he missed. I think I never have been a fan of Colin Sexton. So you put him alongside Jared Culver, who I have them going here. Top 5 potential. If he would have maintained his consistency throughout the year, he top 3, man. Really good player. I think Cleveland would be good. A good spot for him and Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton's just not good.
And Kevin Love's still there too.
He'll be
not
traded.
good.
I don't think he's your
He
point
showed
guard of the
flashes.
future.
I think he's good. He's not the person to build your team, like make him the number 1 option if he doesn't have that help.
You gotta cut that rat tail though.
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, you have to hoop to have some shit like that. And he not hooping like that.
I seen that
It's a
man take
fact.
on 5, and he had 3 on his squad, and they won.
I know he got heart
I'm
though.
forever.
Yeah,
I'm
that
forever on
is.
this team.
That
He
is.
got
You know what I'm
heart.
saying?
No, he got
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's not leading my franchise. Hell no. No. Weird,
Okay, I
weird
give
little
you that.
dude. Who's on the number
Weird
6
little
pick?
dude.
The Phoenix Suns. Who you guys got for this pick?
I had DeAndre Hunter right here.
Okay.
I know they need a point guard,
The
but
worst way.
I think they'll try to get that in the offseason and free agency. He's a versatile player that can score and play some defense. He's not going to make no highlight plays, but he'll help you build that team up. And D-Book needs as much help as he can get.
Sure.
Man, this is Darius Garland all the way.
Yeah,
Those 2.5 assists he averaged in college will probably triple when you got D-Book. You kicking it to him, you kicking it to Aiden. That's gonna be a good look. They need a point guard. I'm trying to think when the last time they had a decent point guard.
Kevin Johnson.
Steve
was-
Nash.
Right, man.
Steve
Steve
Nash.
Nash.
Steve
Like
Nash.
they need that in the worst way. So I think that'll help them tremendously. They still won't be like playoffs or nothing like that, but they'll be trending in the right direction though.
Yeah, you got to go Darius here. I think we'll be talking about him so much more if he was able to play throughout his freshman year. He only played 5 games, so they need a point guard in the worst way, dog. And to see a true floor general play with D-Book, I think that's what my boy he needs, man. Him, Book, Aiden. You got Kelly Oubre on that squad. Lou's boy TJ Warren. They signed him to an
I
extension.
think they're trying to really.
Yeah, they signed him to an extension.
Okay, I thought they had him on the
That was
block.
last year though. So
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
so he
gotcha.
can still be traded. I'm
Gotcha.
just saying, yeah. But yeah, Darius Garland goes here.
You sick that he getting picked before this pick right
Oh
here?
my god.
Why wouldn't
yeah,
they take
you can
Kobe
buy.
White right here?
His hair?
Because Darius Garland's a better basketball player.
Yeah, he's a
and
better
his hair.
guard.
His hair?
Yeah,
He's a better point
better-
guard.
he's a better point guard
Yeah.
for sure. You're building a team. If you had Darius and you had Kobe White, Kobe White's my guy, but
Okay.
you got to go with Darius right there. Number 7, Chicago Bulls. I have Kobe White going right here.
Yep,
Me
that's
too.
it.
Yeah.
I think he's arguably the most complete point guard in the draft,
So-
considering the fact that he plays defense.
And that's
better
why
than the first
that's why I pose a question. Why wouldn't I get a complete point guard playing next to Book?
I think the ceiling might be higher than
It's gonna be.
on Darius.
Yeah.
I just think that you're right. But if I'm Phoenix and I'm ready to start making a run for it now, can't I get a free agent and put Kobe in there? And I got like
You got
four
decent little squad,
strong,
decent
like
little
that's
squad.
strong right there
Got a
with
strong
Aiden
squad.
and Book. So
They might take Kobe though.
Yeah, like
might,
I
but
just feel like he's more ready to play.
Yeah.
Garland do have the bigger upside, but I feel like if I'm Phoenix and I want to go for it,
Yeah.
I'll try to get a big free agent and I get Kobe White and we can go to second round.
I think Phoenix wants more of a true point guard though, because you already have Book to score, and then he's gonna. If you got a true point guard that can get
Big
Ayton,
man.
in those lob situations, make it easy for him.
Him and Gardner.
I think that's why they'll take him first between those two.
Yeah, I got Kobe going to the Bulls. The Bulls need a point guard. Other than that, y'all roster pretty solid. Starting
Young.
lineup at least.
Young.
Yeah, it's young. But I remember watching him in college though. He turned the ball up. Like he jump in the air and get stuck like a lot of times, and I was like,
Basketball
what are you
IQ.
doing?
But he can fit in any system. The way he plays defense and the way he can
That's true.
shoot.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best shooters in the draft for sure.
What are you gonna do with that hair though?
He's
You
gonna
can't
keep
trust
it.
nobody with long hair.
Never cut his hair.
He's gonna keep it.
Ever in his life?
His life, dog. It trims.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Long hair, they don't be good though, bro.
Don't have
I
hoopers
think-
are
Who the
trims.
best dreaded hooper, a long afro hooper?
Spreewell.
Noah was nice with
Spreewell
long
was
hair.
called. That wasn't old
That was
Spreewell. though.
braids.
Braids, he
Kawhi
said
did.
long
We
hair
talking about
braids.
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Allen Iverson.
Braids.
not-
No, we talking about long
Oh,
dreads,
y'all talking about
long hair,
dreads.
fro.
Just
It's
always
been
have your
Wallace.
hair out.
Kenneth Reed.
See,
Kurt Thomas.
Kurt Thomas had a
we,
fade.
we just named
That was Eton Thomas.
we just name dropped Kenneth Fareed. You see what I'm saying? Okay, you don't want Kenneth Fareed at number 7. That's all I'm saying.
Kurt Thomas had
Dreads,
dreads at
man.
one point. I'm telling you.
Kurt Thomas ain't never had dreads.
Kurt Thomas.
Please pull that up. Kurt Thomas? Yeah.
Kurt Thomas.
Damn.
Damn.
He been trying to get that off.
Yeah,
With
no, for sure.
Give him extra boy. You got heat coming your way.
For sure.
No,
Most
you got heat coming.
He said, come on. Let's move on to number 8. The Atlanta Hawks are now on the clock. Who you guys got for this pick?
I went Cam Reddish from Duke right here. The Hawks need a wing that can shoot the ball. Playing with Zion and RJ, it kind of took away from some of his shine because you can't. It's only one ball on the court, and RJ and Zion was getting all the balls, most of the touches at Duke. But he did have those games that he showed flashes where he could be the player that we thought he was.
Right.
I think it'll help take some pressure off Trae Young to have to score so much. So I'm going with Cam Reddish right there.
Yeah, I definitely went with Cam. That's a need. They need a 3. Their starting 3 right now is Vince Carter. After they traded Torian Prince.
Torian Prince.
Yeah, like they need help in the worst way at the 3 position.
Yeah.
And like you said, it won't be a lot of pressure. Getting picked 8th, that's quiet. He'll be behind John Collins and Trae Young in terms of, third banana at best. So it's not a lot of pressure for him to produce, come out, score 25, and be the big Cam Reddish. He can chill and just stay out of them strip clubs, though.
Yeah, I think Cam Reddish is one of the most interesting prospects in this draft. He was a top 3 player coming out of the high school class again, goes and plays with Barrett and Zion, and he gets a huge shadow put in front of him. But in his workouts, he looks great. I think he is Paul George 2.0. Is my guy in this draft. And if he goes to Atlanta, it really depends on where he goes. But if he goes to Atlanta, I think he is in a good space playing with a pass first point guard in Trae Young.
So you'd be cool if your Bulls took him?
I would be. No, because he's not gonna play. We got Otto Porter.
True.
Yeah.
I think Cam Reddish is a great pick for Atlanta for the
Yeah.
namesake alone. Like Atlanta need a jolt. They got Trae Young. You just build on top of that with another name this year. You kind of add some identity to what they're doing down here. So I feel like that's a great pick because you got Reddish from the Zion fame.
Yeah.
And you hooked that up with Trae Young. Collins is real good.
Got a white shooter, Werther.
Yeah, you got your white shooter.
Yeah,
You
he
got
hoops. He
token
can hit
white
that
shooter,
too.
so,
He
yeah.
can shoot that.
Yeah, he in that.
Sure. Number 9, the Washington Wizards on the clock. You guys got?
I got them going Brandon Clark from Gonzaga. Power 4. Defensive purposes only. Washington's in tank mode, man. They don't need nobody that's going to make them better next year. So they can get a little glue guy. You know what I'm saying? He'll fit in nicely or whatever. They want to be where the Pelicans at this year. So John Wall out. Bradley Beal going to be on the island by himself.
Sure.
20 wins max.
35 points a game. Sure.
Yeah.
You got go.
I hope I'm saying his name right. I want to badger it.
Oh, man, I hope you-
Siku Doumbia.
Yeah, Doumbia. Yeah.
Like Chris said, John Wall injury, he's not going to be back. Brad Beal's being looked at as someone that could be involved in a trade with the Wizards.
I'll
having
take him.
all these years rebuilding. So, he's a combo forward who can guard the 3 and the 4. He's real athletic. He's going to have to work on his offensive game for sure because he only averaged like 8 points over for the Limoges CSP. But, rebuilding, they have time to do that. So, I want to see Cool here.
I'm taking my boy from Gonzaga right here. I go
Rui
for Reach.
Hachimura.
Hachimura.
Yeah.
I
He
take
play.
him. And the reason being, I feel like he's a low maintenance guy. He can come in. They need a lot of work first of all. So if you get him, you get time to try to get rid of that John Wall contract and get time for him to figure out playing in the NBA. I think his ceiling is super high. You get rid of all of that money that's right there locked up in that wing position by trading and getting you some assets, some picks back. And I think that he would be a good guy to kind of like have a low key grind and building around just from how he was playing at Gonzaga. So.
Damn rebuild mode, or at least they about to
they
be.
definitely in rebuild mode. I think he'll be a good pick for that.
I picked Nas Little right here.
Kind of early. Eh?
For sure. His minutes were limited in North Carolina, playing behind Cam Johnson, but he was a top 3 pick if he never attended college. Literally, I seen him outplay R.J. Beard and Zion in AAU. He was the McDonald's games MVP. Just high motor, can actually shoot, person to replace Otto Porter with. Nas Little's my guy, so I'm thinking him with Washington will be a good place. And he can rebuild around him as well. Number 10, the Atlanta Hawks from the Dallas Mavericks.
This is where I got Sekou going, man. International man of mystery. You got a free pick with this one. This came from the Dallas trade. So you get to roll the dice. You know what I'm saying? At worst, you got Trae Young running the break with him on the left and John Collins on the right. Throw that up. Yeah. Get a couple posters. That's about it.
Here's the thing about Sekou. Him and Frank Ntilikina, besides that, Lou, the obvious elephant in the room, he played on the same team with Frank Ntilikina. And we know how bad Frank Ntilikina is.
Trash.
Not a good basketball
player.
Just
work.
a defensive point guard.
Frankie smokes.
And, for sure. So Sekou is going to ruin a lot of GMs' high board, and he probably get some GMs fired because I don't think he'll be good at all. But let's move right along to this Atlanta pick. I got Jackson Hayes going here, raw, talented player, prospect, just a project pick that the Hawks need at the 5. So you play him and John Collins at the 4 or 5, and this kid's gonna be NBA ready in 2 to 3 years, but comes with some risk. Very iffy rebounder, but telling you this kid's going to be able to play. A lot of upside. It's between him and Bol right here at 10.
I see you, Bol.
Sure.
I'm team Bol.
Same pick, Jackson from Texas. Like you said, with Trae Young running the show. They already got another guard that we talked about when I thought they would get Cam Reddish. So having that big to, take up the space, block shots, to run the floor and help make it easier for Trae Young to get him those points. Yeah. Because you got to respect Trae Young. We've seen that. So he get in the paint, make it easy for Jackson to score. Yeah. So I had Jackson going right hit the Hawks also.
You watched a lot of college basketball. Did you hear anything about Jackson Hayes until February, March?
No, I did not.
And me neither. So
that's not good.
Because that's the same thing about Michael with Candy, who went number 1.
Late. The late push.
Man, for sure. Let's move on to number 11, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Who you guys got going here?
I went Nasir Little right here. They need some depth at the 3.
For sure.
Lou Aldang is their backup 3 right now. And who knows where Andrew Wiggins is going to be there.
That's who needs to cut their braids. His braids.
That's a fact.
Rough braids.
That's a fact. And it ain't working for him because his game's some slaw.
Trash.
So they tired of that. They looking for somebody that can outplay him, and Nasir look like he got the motor to do that.
He does.
I have Nasir Little right here too.
Sure.
I think that they need him to run with to add the athleticism to that team.
They need
it,
him.
if nothing else.
For sure.
This is why I had Hachimura going. Very skilled player, can play the 3 to 4. Like you said, they do need a 3. He can score around the mid-range area. They don't have to worry about him coming in being a man because they already have that with Cat. So, he can just kind of slow way himself into playing and making those plays and becoming a better player, which that will make him more efficient because there won't be a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, sometimes you see Rui Hachimura and you think, man, this is a top 5 pick.
Damn.
And then sometimes you see him and it looks like he should be playing at the YMCA. So if he gets in the middle, and that's where I think where he'll be in between that, he'll be a good pick. I have Hachimura going here. Just a student of the game, playing alongside Karl Anthony Towns, be a hybrid small forward, power forward player, man. It's going to be great for that Minnesota Timberwolves team. I think that's a lock right there at 11. Let's move on to number 12 with the Charlotte Hornets. Smite getting with this pick.
This one, I got Hachimura going right here.
Okay.
I thought he was more of a 4. It kind of gave me a little bit more of a 4, and they don't really have. They got Frank the Tank, and that's about it in the paint. Kimba gonna be gone. They're gonna be trash next year. So you can just roll the ball out, see what he can do. Low expectations. He got some dog in him too, from what I watched though. He's not really going like that. So that might be kind of fun to watch in Charlotte.
He took it to Zion.
He did.
Early game. Malibu Challenge.
They
right?
beat him. They beat him.
I'm sure he took that. I think Zion just overlooked Hachimura, which in turn, it was the biggest game of the year for Hachimura. Yeah.
I had Nasir Little going right here. The Hornets desperately need some help with Kimba. During the pre-draft workouts, he shot the ball better than people expect him to. He has good size for a wing, and he can also be a 3-and-D player. So I think he's gonna go to Charlotte and they give Kimba all the help that he needs because we know he needs plenty of help.
He dipping.
The thing
Yeah,
they need
Kimba
to do
not
is
gonna be
trade
there.
Kimba
that.
dipping.
They got to
Kimba's
trade
definitely
that
not gonna
damn Nicholas Batum
How?
contract. I don't know.
Man.
They've been trying to trade that for a year and a half.
Yeah.
They literally can't do it. That's the hardest contract besides John Wall, Reggie Jackson.
Blake Griffin.
Nah, nobody wants to. No, everybody would take that Blake Griffin.
No, they wouldn't, bro. Not with his
Andre
knee.
Drummond, people trying to get that. That's,
You're
I
not
got
going to
t-
name
that's
three Pistons who
I
have
got
horrible
Chris Paul,
contracts.
three
Chris Paul.
very-
Ain't nobody taking a
Chris
Chris Paul
Paul.
contract.
Nobody's
He's
taking
50
nobody.
years old. Yeah, for sure. I had PJ Washington going here.
Mm.
If Washington would have came out last year, he'd have been second round pick. So you stay at Kentucky, work on your game, and it's paid off for him. I think he'll be a lottery pick, bully in the lane. Been injured throughout the draft process, but he worked out really well, looked really good. He'll need to get a little stronger to face some of the big men in the East, but I got PJ going here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to number 13. The Miami Heat. Who you guys got?
I got PJ going here.
Yeah.
Power forward Kentucky. High motor. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Good. He got some work around the basket. He can also stretch the floor a little bit.
A little bit.
You know what I mean? So I think that'll be a nice running mate to go down there
Shoot,
in
man.
Miami.
You're doing your college work, dog.
My
Can't
YouTube
believe,
crack.
Yeah.
can't believe you don't watch college basketball.
Yeah, college basketball trash.
Or football.
Yeah.
You don't watch college football either.
Nah, college football trash. Too.
Very limited.
Lord have
Very
mercy.
limited. Sports wise.
March
My
Madness, I'm there though.
Continue though, my
Yeah.
brother. My
No,
bad.
that's it.
Okay.
He'll be a good look in Miami. Who they got? Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah.
I think James Johnson is their 4. You know,
Yeah, in Miami. Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of light over
Still
there.
got,
Bam out of Ohio.
they still got Old
Bam.
Faithful. What's my boy
Hassan?
name? Nah.
Oh, Hassan. I mean, who was there?
Yeah.
Adonis.
Nah,
Yeah.
UD gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He gone?
yeah.
I'm
I
about
mean,
to
he's
say,
retired.
He
Yeah,
keep
that's
getting
what
them
I'm saying.
checks.
Gotta
Right,
learn
he
that.
get them checks for sure.
Yeah.
I had Kevin Porter right here, shooting
Mm.
guard from USC.
They be shitting on dude though.
Listen, he can listen. With Dwayne Wade retiring,
For
that's
sure.
my boy. They gonna need some help, need some scoring from the wing. He only averaged 9.5 points a game, but that's because of injuries and suspensions. So he could never get in the flow. Now that might be the one thing that helps him from going right here too. Depends on how he takes those questions and stuff.
I feel more comfortable about my reach listening to yours. Yeah, shooting guard, red sleeve wrong. I take him right here. I take him right here just because I feel like he'll start. I feel like he can go to Miami, and I feel like he can go to Miami and kind of take over where D Wade left off. It's just an open thing there for them. They want a superstar. He's used to being in that type of spotlight. Had a bad year in Indiana. I think that injuries played a toll in there, but I think he can hoop.
Who is
Yeah,
this?
he can.
Romeo Langford.
Oh, gotcha.
Romeo
gotcha.
Langford.
If Langford doesn't go to college, just sits out,
Yeah,
does the Rich Paul
Top
thing,
4-5 pick.
he'll be a top 3
telling
pick.
you.
Yeah,
So
nah,
what
for
happened then? Why
He
not?
got hurt
He
in
got
Indiana.
exposed.
Yeah, he got
He was
hurt.
by
No, he
himself,
got
too,
hurt.
though.
He
He
got
was hurt.
exposed.
He was hurt, and he played on a bad team, and the coach was bad.
That's your man.
Okay, that's my
Now
guy.
stick with that.
That's my guy.
Now stick with that shit.
telling
I'm
you.
telling you, he gonna disappoint you.
I don't think
Sure,
so.
you got the young boy
I
haircut.
don't think so.
Nah, they ain't gonna do it. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you like that? I got Sekou going here. Only 18 years old, high upside. With Pat Riley, he likes project picks. He did the same thing with Bam Adebayo. So if you put him and Bam together, a lot of people that you can't trust on the front court, but at the same time, tough enough to gamble on right here. So I have Sekou going here at 13.
Fair enough.
Everybody got their pick in?
Yeah.
At 13. Kevin Porter, that was nasty, dog. We're gonna see that one. The last pick, the Boston Celtics. I'll let you go right here, Lou. 14.
I don't like projecting for mine, so I'm looking at this.
Okay. Cheat.
Yeah, you're looking at this little cheat sheet,
Okay.
and they got some kid from Kentucky, and if we pick Tyler Hero,
That's who I got.
Got
No,
a
listen.
cannon.
That's
That
who I got.
cannon.
man, listen.
Now listen, and he can put the ball on the
Oh,
floor too.
cannon.
though.
Yes.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
I've
lie
seen
though.
this story play out in Boston a lot of times where Tyler Hero
Yeah.
is the guy that we picking just because he
Okay.
looked like Tyler Hero. But nah, I'm
Nah,
good. I'm good.
they gonna y'all losing Rozier probably.
Yes.
I ain't staying.
Kyrie, you
He
think
gotta
so?
Because Kyrie gone. They're going to have to keep him.
Yeah,
They got to keep
Fair
him.
enough.
Or he needs to trade to get Mike Conley.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
Would
gonna
take
need some
Brandon
guard
Hayward?
help.
Well, excuse me. Hey,
Let
would
me
they take
think.
Hayward, your boy?
Gordon Hayward?
Yeah, Gordon Hayward.
No.
Memphis need to take
Dude,
him.
that contract is.
Yeah, ain't nobody taking that.
No.
They're gonna get some shooters with him. I had to watch the tape on dude, and yeah, I mean, look,
Nah,
he got a rifle on him for sure,
Yeah.
and he can put the ball on the floor a little bit too. So you know, I mean, you picking 14,
Yeah.
you can roll the dice a little bit. It ain't like you need this person to
True,
give
yeah,
you
it ain't-
25
He
and
ain't
10.
got to be great. I just
Right.
don't like. It seemed like a stereotype pick to me. Like,
dude,
That's possible.
dude, I
Yeah.
think Tyler Hero goes here. He's one of the best perimeter scorers in this draft. he in his workout, out of 100 threes, he made 80.
Workout warrior.
Workout crazy.
Yeah.
He has the potential to be a starting 2 guard in a year or two for the Celtics. So you put him. You have Tatum at the 4. You put Jaylen Brown at the 3. Yeah, he plays the 4. He's been playing the 4. Easy. Y'all want to bet that?
He
guarding
Blake Griffin.
You are mapping. You are mapping out a role
he's not
for me
gonna
to
play
stop
the
being
4.
a Celtics fan.
I'm just telling you what's going on.
You telling me that this dude and Jason Tatum
not
gonna
gonna play
be
the
mine?
4.
Like, nah.
He played. He did play the floor,
I'm
but he's not gonna play the floor in the NBA.
I'm telling you.
He's too light.
Did you see? You follow Bradley Beal?
I do not.
He put up a picture of an anniversary of the game, some game he played in high school, and they had Jason Tatum sitting like first row, like 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Like his clothes, the whole fit. Like
Yeah.
I never put my faith in that. Yeah, I gotta see how he was dressed.
He's a good
I'm gonna
kid.
pull it
That's
up.
a Celtic.
I gotta pull
Yes,
it up.
for sure.
That's
I don't
a
care.
Celtic.
But you have to.
It's just nasty. When you see it, you see what I'm talking about. Oh man.
Yeah, nah. But with 3
Put yourself
first
hold on.
rounders, you got to go with some like a project pick. Tyler Harrow, man, is the guy for sure.
Nah,
And that is another episode of Full
Dang,
Sport
I
Press
don't
Podcast.
get my 14th pick, brother.
I thought you went, man.
Nah,
My
my
bad.
bad.
Who you got?
Rocky.
What's up,
Who you
man?
got, bro?
I have Brandon Clark from Gonzaga.
Mm.
With the Celtics having a possibility to lose at Marcus Morris, Al Horford getting a little longer in the tooth, they're going to need some depth at that 4 position. He can defend the 3 and the 4 like Al Horford does. He can finish around the rim. The one thing he will have to work on, though, is his outside shooting. He will have to work on that.
I'm not drafting no Gonzaga player.
You already?
Yeah, I got Rui, but he ain't gonna be shit neither.
Hey, real quick, who my Pistons taking at 15?
15.
What's the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander cousin do? I kind of want him.
He's a beast from Virginia Tech.
I like him.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go with him.
Listen, Alexander can play in the kid. Yeah,
I'll take him.
He's a player. I like him. I think he's one of those players that you can put in very early and he'll be fine. Just a project pick. But yeah, I think you guys should go with somebody like Romeo Langford, though.
You just shitted on him, though.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, God.
He'll be there
my
at 15.
goodness.
He won't be. He won't be a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now you put that ugly on me like that.
Okay.
Man, that's ugly.
Yeah, you just need to buy. For sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Lou, how you feel about your Celtics? Now we'll talk about that another time. Real soon. Yeah, real soon.
I don't want AD. I don't want AD, and I don't want, like, if he don't want to be there. Now, if he don't want to be there, then I can let him go. I feel like we can put something together to get a better not a better free agent, but at least take a road to where Brad Stevens is highlighted like he was when Kyrie was not there, and figure out how to make it work with Hayward and the pieces that we got.
Yeah, for sure. That's another episode, 275. We appreciate the hospitality.
Of course,
Yeah,
man. Welcome to the A.
Definitely.
Sure, man.
Cheer.
Come back and do this. The tweets with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Man, tell all the NBA loving friends.
For sure that the revolution will be podcasted.
Chris told us that we need 11 more followers on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
We need y'all to spread the word and tell a friend to go subscribe to their YouTube page.
Absolutely.
right.
Definitely.
That YouTube page lit too, guys.
Yeah.
You better damn know it. You better damn believe it.
That's
Good
definitely.
looking FSP cameraman, getting them crispy over there. We
sure.
appreciate y'all. Shout out to fellas that didn't make it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They never make it, though.
Yeah, never.
We out.
Jeff on the interstate.
Oh,
He's on the interstate. He's still on the
shots
interstate from the
fired.
last mashup. Y'all remember that? He was on the interstate then.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.